What's going on, gang? Welcome back to the channel. My name's CJ, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at tonight's PrizePicks board for the NFL Hall of Fame game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm super excited to start talking some NFL football, but before we do that, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe now, turn on notifications, and give a like to this video because I'm going to be dropping videos like this all season long. So if you're into playing prize picks, if you're into prop picks, if you're into the NFL, this is the video, this is the channel for you. So thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. Now, if you don't play on PrizePicks yet, now's a fantastic time to do so. Why is that? Well, because they're doing a 100% instant deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So if you put in $20, $50, $100, they're going to double your money for you instantly. All you have to do is use promo code CURRY, like you see at the banner down here at the bottom of the video, or I'll leave a link down in the description of this video, prizepicks.com. Use promo code CURRY to get double your money instantly. Now, with that out of the way, word of warning, this is a Hall of Fame game, a preseason game. So quell expectations, keep your bankroll management in check. You don't want to go too crazy on something like this. There's a lot of what ifs, a lot of to be determines, a lot of question marks floating around this game. You won't see the likes of Dak Prescott. You won't see the likes of Ezekiel Elliott, maybe not even Tony Pollard. You won't see Amari Cooper. He didn't travel with the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, they may play, but they won't play much. Same thing with the Pittsburgh side of things. Big Ben Roethlisberger, not going to play. Some of the receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, you might see them for a limited number of snaps. Maybe they play, one series, maybe two series at the very most, but just quell your expectations. This is a game of backups here. A lot of second string, third string, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh string guys are going to be fighting for a roster spot on their respective teams. So keep that in mind. So with that word of warning out of the way, let's get into some of these single stat player props over on PrizePicks. So first guy here, Jaylen Samuels, not really interested in him. As of a week ago, he was dealing with some sort of nagging injury. He was walking off the field injured. I don't know if he plays. If he does, I don't trust him anyway. So probably going to fade Jaylen Samuels. So that leaves you with Kalen Ballage or Anthony McFarland Jr. for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The guy I'm most interested in is probably Anthony McFarland Jr. I think the Pittsburgh coaches kind of know what they have in Kalen Ballage already. Will he play? Will he get carries, snaps? Yeah, he'll probably play. But Anthony McFarland will probably play more, in my opinion. I expect him to get more of the workload. He's a second-year player. Last season was his rookie year. We didn't see a whole lot of him. He was kind of buried on the depth chart, didn't get out on the field a whole lot. This is a great time to evaluate a young talent like Anthony McFarland Jr. So I do like the upside in this game against a Dallas Cowboys rush defense that was ranked 31st in the league last year. So this is a play that I'm looking to take an over on. Jaquan Hardy, Dallas Cowboys running back. He is the only Dallas running back on the board at the moment. We still don't know if Tony Pollard's going to play. Rumors are he might not, but if he does, it'll be very limited number of snaps. I'm kind of hoping he just sits out and we see some of these young guys for the Dallas Cowboys get to do their thing. But as of right now, Jaquan Hardy is a fade for me unless some news breaks later on in the day. We'll move things over to passing yards here. We got Cooper Rush for the Dallas Cowboys, and we've got Garrett Gilbert. Now, Garrett Gilbert will start the game for Dallas. No Dak, as I mentioned. Garrett Gilbert is currently slotted as the second quarterback on this depth chart behind Dak Prescott. They've got to make sure that he's good to go, ready to go, can run the offense in case something happens with their starter, Dak Prescott. So I do expect Garrett Gilbert to get at least one full quarter of play. Could he get 2 quarters? Maybe, but they do have other quarterbacks that they need to evaluate behind him, Cooper Rush being one of them. Not really interested in playing Cooper Rush. He has a little bit of rushing upside. No pun intended, but I'm just going to probably stay away. Pittsburgh, we've got Mason Rudolph. He'll be starting things off for the Steelers tonight. He's their starting quarterback. No Ben Roethlisberger, as I said before. The coaches for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin says Mason Rudolph will probably play at least a quarter going into the second quarter, but he will not finish the first half under center. That will be Dwayne Haskins' duty. We might see Haskins come in around the 2-minute mark. Maybe he runs a little 2-minute drill for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you'll see him play probably for the entirety of the third quarter before being relieved by Mr. Dobbs, their third or fourth string option, I should say. So I really like Dwayne Haskins here. I think the upside is with Dwayne Haskins against a very defeatable Dallas Cowboys defense. Of course, he's got some history with the Cowboys as a former member of the Washington football team. So I could see Dwayne Haskins having a very good game here, and he's trying to fight for that backup spot behind Ben Roethlisberger. All right, moving over to receiving yards for the Dallas side of things. We've got Cedric Wilson, who's probably the fourth guy on the Dallas Cowboys receiving chart. Behind him would be Noah Brown. He'd probably be the fifth guy on the depth chart for Dallas tonight. And then Malik Turner would be another guy that I would be interested in. Malik Turner will probably play more than these other two guys. I expect Malik Turner to be out there for more snaps than the other two. They already kind of know what Cedric Wilson is, who he is as a player. He played a lot last year for them. Same thing with Noah Brown. Noah Brown may play more than Cedric Wilson, which is implied here by his receiving numbers being at 23.5 yards. But Malik Turner is the type of guy where, you know, if he catches one or two balls, 16 yards or more is going to be kind of easy. So if you think Malik Turner plays a lot of snaps here for Dallas, I don't mind taking the over there. Now on the Pittsburgh side of things, James Washington, probably the most noteworthy name out of the three receivers here. Mr. Washington has big play upside. He can definitely take one or two to the house and be over 23.5 receiving yards, no problem. So it's just a matter of how much will these guys play. Guys like James Washington, Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson, how much will they play? The talent's there, the upside is there, the potential is there. We just don't know how much these guys are going to play. So Isaiah McCoy, Anthony Johnson, not real interested, but I'd put them in the same basket, the same boat as Malik Turner. You know, they're all one or two catches, and they can definitely go over their receiving yards. Where I may feel more comfortable playing some of these receivers is going to be their fantasy score, because you get point per reception here on PrizePicks. Let's take a look at the scoring chart real quick for fantasy points. You can see passing touchdowns, or passing yards rather, 0.04 points per yard. You get 4 points for every passing touchdown, -1 for interception. So it's very, very similar scoring to Draft Kings. The only difference is you don't get yardage milestone bonuses, so you don't get the +3 for going over 100 yards receiving or 100 yards rushing. You don't get the 3-point bonus for going over 300 yards passing. So otherwise, it is pretty much one for one, same scoring as DK. So there you go. Now you kind of know how the scoring is done there with fantasy points on PrizePicks. So yeah, the guys that have some upside for me are the ones that can, you know, put up touchdowns. And for me, the most safest options are probably going to be quarterbacks here. Mason Rudolph getting a quarter to a quarter and a half, like we talked about before. Cooper Rush, he should get at least a quarter of playing time, if not a little more. Haskins, probably my favorite option out of all of these, 6.2 fantasy points, 1 touchdown, you know, a handful of yards, 50 to 100 yards. He's easily over 6.2 fantasy score. The running backs, obviously I mentioned Anthony McFarland Jr. earlier. He's easily my most favorite running back. So I could see you kind of putting together a little squad here of like Dwayne Haskins with Anthony McFarland, and then you're going to need one guy or one piece from the Dallas side of things. Maybe you run it back with a, I don't know, maybe a Cedric Wilson or Noah Brown, who might play more than Cedric Wilson, or maybe even Garrett Gilbert, if you believe that he could put together like a scoring drive. You could run it back that way. So those are just some ideas, guys. Tonight's game, again, be super mindful of your bankroll. Don't go crazy. Don't throw a ton of money out there. This is more for entertainment value, more for having a little bit of fun, a little bit of skin in the game, getting a piece of the action. So hopefully this video helps you out. If it did, leave a like, hit subscribe, make sure notifications are turned on. Sign up for PrizePicks.com today. Promo code Curry, 100% instant deposit match. And if you're playing tonight, good luck. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.